And that is going to be the subject of some discussion, I would guess.
Oh, trouble.
I saw Waltrip 17 go out of the picture, but it looks like 22, Rick Mast involved in it. 99 in your foreground is Tommy Ellis, the two-time series champ. We've got cars all over the racetrack.
Totally blocked down there. Everybody needs to stay high on the racetrack. This is where you need a spotter.
Serious accident down in turn number 4.
I don't think the licks were as hard as we had the other day. I feel people are pulling off now, because most of the people were on the brakes when they were getting into that. The drivers just had nowhere to go. We see Jack Ingram in the number 11 Skoll car.
The number 30 is Mike Waltrip. Watch the left side of your screen. Two cars getting together, and then one gets sideways.
Looked like that was the Dale Jarrett car.
Brad Teague, I believe, the number 75, the black and orange car right at the middle of your screen, and he really...
Look how that racetrack is blocked. There's nowhere to go. Driving has nothing to do with it here. You're flying. There's just nowhere to go. Everything washes down, but people now have locked it up to try to miss the wreck, and you're just in jail. There goes Tommy Houston spinning down.
Michael McDowell has spun, and man, looks like some pretty heavy contact to the front. You heard something broke.
He comes in the screen, and he's already turned around backwards, and that's early in the corner, as you mentioned, Junior. Driver's side, glad to see him get out. Scary wreck.
About the end of the backstretch, so I don't know if something broke in the braking zone or maybe it was in the bumps. It's hard to tell, but if you have an issue through those bumps, that's probably where you'd be carried down into the racetrack.
As in Sprint Cup, the field gets single file pretty quickly. Oh no, around goes the 77, and they all come piling in at the start finish line.
That's John Smith right on top of a car coming across.
That is mayhem.
What a wreck.
You can't see much of that front straightaway.
And Newman just got right out sideways, and then
he looped it.
And the caution was out.
And backed away from the mayhem.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, you can hear the tires. Sideways. And behind them, look out. Newman did a great job. Looks like he escaped that Charlie without damage.
As I say, when you're in the middle of 3 and 4, you can't see much of that front straightaway. And it clogs quickly when cars get sideways.
No, but just look at this. Look at John Smith right over the top of Penning's car. Oh, goodness. Jimmy Blewett is in it. The 40 of Frank Fleming is in it.
Blown engines, oil leaks, steering trouble, burned clutch, broken axle, and wrecks. Number 25 snags the guardrail on the backstretch and literally explodes. Caught by flying metal, Pappy Crane and Chevrolet number 58 spins out and rolls. Crane is all right. The engine of his car was thrown 25 feet.
The reason these cars are riding so much rougher than what they used to is...
big crash!
One car gets turned sideways. The trial Hermie Sadler is involved. The 93 of Dave Blaney is involved.
Go high, go high, go high, go high. There's no one spinning down the bottom.
One car airborne against the catch fence.
And they're still wrecking down in the corner. And there we see Dave Blaney gets hit and flam. He turns over and hits the wall with the roof of the car, it looked like.
I think what they did, they ran up on Blaney. It looked like they ran up on Blaney and somebody checked up. And Earnhardt Jr. got in the back of, you got to see it right
Hermie
here.
Sadler's car number 29 there.
If you see Hermie Sadler, the 29 car, here's Blaney to the inside. They're just about, the yellow car's right here, just about getting to even with him. And as you can see right here, as he goes by, the 3 car turns Hermie Sadler, which turns Hermie Sadler into the 93, sends him back across the racetrack. It's just, you're so close, such close.
3, this caution flag involving 7 cars.
That was Dave Blaney we saw on the outside retaining wall hard. That's Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 3 car sliding down with damage to the right front. Here's another shot. There's Blaney, bam, in that outside wall. As he goes down and blocks the racetrack. Just no place for some of these guys to...
Let's take a look. Here he comes out through the grass. Boy, he is going at a high rate of speed there, too. Has no control over the car. Hits it backwards hard. And you can see the car spinning around. So Rick Mast taking a...
Turn 3, they'll flash by Joe Nemechek, who settles into third.
Well, there goes my pick in a hurry. Bill Elliott's getting shuffled back in the pack right now as Dale Jarrett breaks away by about 18 car lengths over Steve Park and Joe Nemechek. The scramble from second place on back.
Oh, trouble in turn 1. Steve Park gets spun around at the head of the field.
Nemechek hit him in the rear coming into the corner. Now they collect 2 more cars. Tony Stewart is involved. Also the machine just behind him. Jeff Gordon gets involved in the crash. Everyone else drives away. It started down in turn 3 when Steve Park got into the back of Joe Nemechek. Nemechek came back, got him going into the corner. Now 3-4 cars littered here in turns 1 and 2.
Stewart nor Steve Park, for that matter. From the Lowe's Motor Speedway, this is MRN Radio. Let's check in the garage area.
With Joe Nemechek, Joe, you had a strong race car, and sparks started flying. What happened?
Oh, it's very unfortunate for the whole Oakwood Homes racing team. Andy Petrie Racing, they gave me a heck of a race car. We knew we had the car to win the race, and I just should have had a little more patience, you know. Lap before, Steve got into me and had me turn sideways back there on the backstretch, and I should have wrecked then, but I didn't, and got back around to the front, and I don't know if he let off a little bit early, but I got in the back of him going in 1, and all heck broke loose. It's just really unfortunate. You know, we're out there racing for $500,000, biggest payday of the year, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Joe Nemechek with a strong race car, but he's done tonight.
Oh, trouble. There's one in turn 2 going around. It's Larson. Oh, big hit. Catches the 60 car of Chris Buescher. And one of the cars that's done a lot of the leading in this one is all torn up.
Racing surface a little bit under that white line. That could have been what sometimes that gets the car to where it actually will turn a little better and makes it loose. You see Chris Buescher just trying to sneak by there. Just hope you've got enough room as a driver. That's all you can do is try to make that one move that you get.
So you get to pick high or low.
Yeah. He really didn't have a choice. There wasn't any choice but to go low. You couldn't turn it dead right. It's very unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
Gosh, that was a hard hit.
That was a hard hit.
God, whoa.
Yeah, we're fine.
Take a look here, and we'll go through it.
Yeah, these 2 cars have been racing each other for quite a few laps. That's Coleman Presley on the outside. Like Mawson got just in the left rear of Coleman Presley. Man, car went around on him hard.
He was running 15th at the time and coming off an 11th place finish last week in his Nationwide Series debut.
Well, use that car up.
Let's take a look at this one more time as he gets down into turn 1. These two just come together at this point. It looks like Taylor's pretty high up on the racetrack. It looks like he couldn't get the car to turn down and got into the left rear. You see all the Goodyear markings on Coleman Presley's left rear tire rubbed off.
Especially if this keeps up. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the leader. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
That's it. That took out about 15 of them.
Trouble in turn 3. A huge multi-car crash, and they are still piling in. There's Kenny Wallace down on the apron. Derek Hope, Jeremy Mayfield, Rusty Wallace. Among those involved, Rusty getting a push from Terry Labonte.
Man, look at Kurt's car.
Trying to get out of the grass there. Kurt Busch's car is well wrecked, and we are under caution. There is Scott Riggs. The rookie had a great qualifying effort. He started 5th today, and on lap 84. Oh, Casey Kane.
I mean, guys, I see a lot of our guys top 10 in points, like Kurt Busch came in here 2nd points.
2001, we've not had a serious injury in the big one. What triggers this?
Let's see what happened over here. Yikes. Looked like the 20 car made some contact with the 97 getting into 3 over there. And boy, you can see the results.
And Darrell, that happened down low. A lot of those cars were going high, but Kurt Busch went up the racetrack right there. That got about 6 or 8 of them.
Took a pretty hard lick too. Looking down to the inside, just not quite enough room there, buddy.
And up he comes. There's Riggs getting tipped down to the apron, and everybody just swallowed up as those 33-degree bankings clean themselves of cars. They slide down into those who were trying to take evasive.
Saw Kenny Wallace in the 0-0 car hit that outside wall very hard. Remember, they just installed the safer barriers here.
This is how championships are won. Yep, that's the 75. Oh, hard hit.
Man, that's a big one. We were talking about the good day that Jeremy Gersner was having, and now it ends up with a torn-up race car.
Yeah, he just got up, his right rear up in the out of the PJ1, got loose, overcorrected, and got in the wall really hard.
Oh, man. That is a big hit here.
It's a shame. He was having a real good, solid day. He's been probably about 2 or 3 tour races this year. Very aggressive driver. He's out of Florida. Doesn't race this series much, but whenever he's in a part of it, he's in the front.